Hey, what's going on YouTube? Chris with Town and Country Lawn Care. Well, the rain has let up a little bit. Skies are blue, and I'm going to be able to get some cutting done, finally. I've started to catch up, and so it's something I want to touch on, and you guys can weigh in the comments, let me know what you think. But so I want to kind of touch on pricing, low ballers and stuff like that. This is a real important topic. This is something that everybody that gets into this business, you need to know where you are. Okay, everybody just thinks, well, I'm going to go buy a lawnmower, trimmer, and blower, and a couple other little odds and ends, and throw it all in my truck and my trailer and go and make some money. But there's more to it than that. There just really is a lot more to it than that. I'm sorry to crush your dreams and break your hearts, but it's reality. You need to know what the going rate in your area is. What will your community support? What are the other guys charging? You know, and don't be afraid to ask questions. You might get a guy that's not going to give up, you know, his all his information, his success. You know what I mean? A lot of guys have poured their heart and soul into this, and they take it personal. They don't want to give up all their secrets and have the next guy move in and have everything handed to him, and he's just gonna turn into an overnight success when, you know, Billy Bob's Lawn Care has been doing it for 20 years, and he's had to overcome hurdles and obstacles and take a lot of bumps along the way. It's just the way that it is. But you know, it's not necessarily like a drive-through. Pull up and look at the price on the menu board, and okay, that's what McDonald's is charging for a hamburger, and this is what they're charging for French fries. And you know, it comes back to you and well, for one, what your community will support, but what do you need to make? And I don't mean by, you know, do you want to make $50,000 a year or $100,000? I mean, what are your bills? Is it realistic? You know, if you need to pull down X amount of money a month to cover your bills, and then you go out and buy equipment, okay, so you need to make this amount of money to make all your bills, your mower payments, your business insurance, yada yada yada. Break that down by the yard, kind of give you an idea, and then ask around what the other guys are getting for their yards. You know, you go to a customer that calls you, wants an estimate, and yeah, don't be bashful. Hey, what was the guy that was doing this before me? What was he doing wrong, and what was he charging, by the way? You may not get the answer. They may not want to tell you who it was. They may not tell you what they were doing wrong. They may not tell you what they were charging, but it doesn't hurt to ask. It's just knowledge. Knowledge is power. You need to know. Don't be that guy that's gonna come in and mow a yard for $30 when it's a $50 yard. Secondly, you new guys, you guys that don't have all the fancy equipment, all you guys that don't have the fancy equipment, compete on quality. Compete on quality. Don't compete on price. And what I mean by that is, don't be the guy that's going to compete on price and is going to show up and, oh, that guy's mowing it for $50. I'll mow it for $30. I'll mow it for $35. Come on, man. Compete on quality, because you want to make the same amount of money that the next guy's making. You may not have, you know, that zero turn mower that you want, or that stand-on that you want, or that trailer, or that truck, or what have you. But one day, you can have it. But the prices that these guys are charging normally, there's a reason why they're charging them. Don't be that guy that's going to come in and slit everybody's throat and do it for, $20 less a week. That's just stupid. Eventually, you want that truck, that trailer, that mower, whatever. You have to make the same amount of money. And eventually that's going to bite you in the ass if you're mowing it cheaper. Because before you know it, you're going to wind up with 20, 30, 40, 50 yards that you're getting $35 for. When in fact you should be getting $50. And then how are you going to go to all those customers and justify to them, well, I need to raise you $15, $20 a week? You're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. And then after that, when they tell you, well, you know what, man, you've been doing it for a year or two for $35 a week, and we just don't want to pay any more than that. You've trained that customer that that price is what is acceptable. So when they tell you that, and you go and have to continue mowing that lawn at that price, you know what? Your quality is going to go to shit. It's going to go down. Why? Because the whole time you're there, you're thinking to yourself, God, I hate mowing this yard. You know what? I'm not making any money on it. I got to get my oil changed in my equipment, or I got a bearing going out here, or I got this going on, and my kid's playing baseball today, and I'd really like to be able to make it to the game, and your quality's going to start sucking. Everything's going to start going downhill, and then that customer eventually is going to call somebody else. And at that point, they'll get educated. And I just had one of those last week. Real quick, customer called me. There was a new lawn care company in my town, and they were charging X amount of money. And I showed up, asked them what was wrong. Said, well, they were doing this, they were doing that. They were hocking loogies in my lawn. They were blowing grass in my pool. They were not showing up when grass needed to be mowed. I'd have to call them. And then I got into it with the homeowner. And I said, well, for starters, what he's charging you is way low. You get what you pay for. And they signed with me. I had to educate them and let them know, you're going to pay this amount of money. This is the quality of service you're going to get. These are the kind of guys you're going to have showing up on your property. Do you want them here while you're not home? Do you want them here while you're at work? And the reason I say that is because they got into it with his wife. That's BS, man. As a business owner, have a little more class. Anyway, I'm going to get off of that because that I'm pretty upset about that still. But so when it comes to who I watch on YouTube, I watch 3 or 4 guys. One of them's not coming to mind, and I apologize. I'd love to throw him props, but I can't think of the name of his business. It's him and his wife, and they're pretty good. They're entertaining. They seem like good people, and I enjoy watching them. The other ones I do watch, Weed Whacker Lawn Care. I can't tell you where he's out of, but he seems like a very honest guy. What I love about his channel is his honesty. He seems very genuine in who he is, and it comes through on the camera. He doesn't seem to portray anybody. He's just himself, and I appreciate that. And that's how I try to be. You know, whether I come across that way or not, I don't know. But another one I watch is Blake Albertson, B&B Lawn Care. He gets pretty excited sometimes. I enjoy watching his channel for the most part. I love that he's a Skag guy. He likes to lay lines. He takes a lot of pride in his lawns. Seems pretty upfront and honest. And then I watch Johnny from Blades of Grass. I like him a lot too. Him and his guy that works with him, the trim machine. Okay, I don't know his name, but those are the three that I watch the most. There are a couple others that I kind of click on here and there. Blake's buddy, I can't think of his name. He shows up occasionally in some of his videos. Yeah, guys, just when it comes to pricing, just do your due diligence and know what your market is going to support. Know what your costs are. Don't be out there lowballing, cutting your competition's throat. You know, you are in this to make money. You're not in this to steal customers. And when you get real customers that are paying you legit what the service is worth, and you've had them for a while, you'll begin to understand all this. But getting into the business, just don't go after your competition and try and steal their customers. It's not worth it. You know, you're gonna piss off a lot of guys. You really are. You're gonna make a bad name for yourself in your community amongst all the other lawn care guys. They will talk about you, and in some certain spit it out. In certain instances, they may even come after you. You know, if you're really threatening their livelihood, or a couple of them, you can't expect somebody to sit by idly when, you know, they're trying to do a legitimate business, and somebody comes along and starts stomping on their toes and trying to steal customers. You know, it's different if somebody calls you and says, hey, you know, we're having an issue with our provider. Would you come out and give us an estimate and talk with us a little bit? That's one thing. But I'll let you know what I do. I almost always, and I say that almost always, will call whoever it is that has it currently and be like, hey, XYZ is shopping you. They're telling me that they're having this problem with you. Is it something that you can rectify? Or are they a problem customer? Because there are those. But I'll usually let the other company know that I've been contacted by one of their customers, in hopes that they will do the same with me. Now, if it's one of those guys that is messing up, that's treating his customers poorly or what have you, or has gone after something of mine in the past, I'm not going to call you. I'm not going to let you know anything. I'm just going to come in and save your customer and gain myself some work. But you know, do what's right. Remember that. Do what is right.